Alright, continuing on to talk about this movie, Young Guns 2. Talking about what happens in the movie. So, going back to Spoiler Town here. Alright. Three men on horseback dressed as masked lynch mob members show up in Lincoln and take Doc and Chavez. As they leave town, Doc pleads with the supposed lynch mob men, saying he's a school teacher from the city of New York. One of them mocks him and laughs, and it's revealed that it's Billy. And also Dave and Pat. Then the real lynch mob shows up, and there's a lot of them, so they're outnumbered. They manage to shoot their way out of town. At one point, someone throws a case of bullets into a fire. Not sure if that was Billy or not, because they were wearing a mask. Then Doc gives Billy. Oh, this happens later after they've escaped. Doc. Well, Billy shoots the handcuffs off. He had Doc had his handcuffs over a rock, and Billy does this neat tumbling thing and shoots the chain on the handcuffs on Doc's handcuffs. So that's neat. So he gets Doc out of his handcuffs. Okay, and then Doc gives Billy his pocket watch in exchange for a horse. And then Billy says, "That horse ain't for sale, Doc. But how about my boots? They're nice and broke." And then Doc and Billy start fighting. It starts when I think at that point Doc is on a horse when Billy tells Doc that the horse isn't for sale, and then Doc gets angry when Billy says that it's not for sale. So Doc starts the fight by kicking Billy, and then they start tumbling around on the ground, fighting. All right. And then Billy recalls a story Tunstall told them about three Chinese men playing Fan-Tan. Fan-Tan. I guess I could look that up. I think I looked that up when I first... Well, when I heard it recently. I might have looked that up. Fan-tan. It's a Chinese gambling game in which players try to guess the remainder after the banker has divided a number of hidden objects into 4 groups. A card game in which players build on sequences of 7s. Origin late 19th century from Chinese fan-tan, literally repeated divisions. Okay. Okay, so Billy recalls a story Tunstall told them about 3 Chinese men playing fan-tan. Someone runs up to them and says, "Hey, the world is coming to an end." And the first one says, "Well, I best go to the mission and pray." And the second one says, "Well, hell, I'm going to go buy me a case of mezcal and 6 whores." And the third one says, "Well, I shall finish the game. I shall finish the game, Doc," says Billy. Then they all ride in the direction of Mexico. Chavez tells Doc, "They'll catch you, Doc, and they'll catch me. Everybody but him, Billy. The villagers say he's Diablero. He can change into a coyote, disappear, and never gets killed. Me, I just think he's the luckiest white eye in New Mexico." So that's what Chavez said to Doc. The district attorney tells the sheriff of Lincoln to assassinate Billy and deliver his head in burlap. And the sheriff tells the district attorney, "I'd rather drink turpentine and piss on a brush fire." And he turns over his badge. All right. Then Hendry, not Henry, but Hendry William French, a farmer, volunteers to help Billy and the gang. He never shot anybody before, only Sage Hen. Pat tells Billy he's not going with them anymore. Well, he's not going with them. Well, yeah, pretty much anymore. Yeah. He wants to start a restaurant, Pat does. Then Tom O'Folliard joins the gang. The gang shows up at John Chisum's ranch later. Chisum's played by James Coburn, who was in Sam Peckinpah's movie called Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. He played Pat Garrett in that movie. So I think that was made in the 70s. Yeah, Young Guns 2 was made in 1990. So he's a little older. Also in that movie, Chris Christopherson played Billy the Kid. Alright. So Billy tells Chisum that he owes them $250 for the fighting they did last year. Um, so referring to the events of the first Young Guns movie. Um, Chisum was a financial partner of Tunstall and McSween during the Lincoln County War from the first Young Guns movie. And then also Billy tells Chisum that he owes $250 for leaving Chisum's stock alone, so his animals, not stealing his animals, I assume. Chisum refuses to give them any money at all. A couple of Chisum's men approach. Billy draws his gun and says, "Yoo-hoo, I'll make you famous." So he says that a couple times in the movie. Billy tells Chisum he's going to kill one of his men for every $5 that he owes him. Billy challenges one of Chisum's men. He drops his guns on the ground and steps about 5 feet back. He tells Chisum's man, "Now, when I go for my gun, you start shooting, but I promise you, you will not make it. Ready?" Chisum's man says that he's ready. Billy says, "Dave," and Dave shoots and kills Chisum's man. So he played a trick on him there. It was implied that Billy was going to go for his guns, so Chisum's man was not expecting to be suddenly shot by Dave Rudabaugh. Okay, and then one of Chisum's other men goes for his gun. And I think Billy is saying he sees that that one of Chisum's men is going for his gun, and I think he says Hendry a few times, and Hendry is struggling with his gun. So it's a nervous moment because it looks like, oh no, Hendry isn't going to get to his gun in time, and Billy's going to get shot here by one of Chisum's men. That's what it appears is going to happen. But what happens is someone shoots the other man of Chisum's, shoots him dead, and it's revealed that it's Doc who has killed Chisum's man. And then he throws, kind of wasteful thing to do, he throws down his the rifle that he used to shoot. Doc throws down the rifle that he used to shoot Chisum's man. I guess he was disgusted with what he did in saving Billy. But kind of wasteful to just throw your weapon down when during the Old West times, it's important to have a weapon to defend yourself. So he just throws it down. He's disgusted with himself.